So
So
now,
who is on here?
It's just us.
yeah,
Just us. No.
it's cool.
The three amigos.
Right?
Hey,
Lacey.
okay. Hey. Okay, so on the call that they just did with Mark, on the family call, what just even happened? So they just said that the business builder kit this week, starting tomorrow morning and going until Saturday night, I think, that all of the $99 business builder kits are going to come with the Fit 15 for free.
What? Awesome.
Yeah. So that's like more or less completely insane. So I just wanted to like talk about how to capitalize on that. Because I'm basically just going to talk about basically like what I did with the $10 deal and like how to replicate that for what we're doing right now. And then Mindy, if you'll remind me, we can try to specifically touch on maybe how to talk to some of the people from that event about
Okay,
it.
I'm completely lost on the $10 thing.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Not important. But so what they're doing right now is anybody who gets the business builder kit. I just realized where the camera on my like computer is, so now I can try to look at your faces. Oops. Okay, so all the business builder kits starting tomorrow morning at like 9. They're $99 like normal, but now they get the Fit 15 for free. That's insane. So what we're going to do is like basically right now, this is a good time to follow up with all the people that you've been making contact with. So like Dominique, you had all of those people off of that post in that group and stuff about making money and stuff like that. So like you can, even if they told you no, or if they stop messaging you or whatever, you can message them and be like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you something, message me back. And then when they message you back and they're like, what? Just be like, I have to tell you this. And just let them know, like, normally I told you it's $99 or whatever, but I get to give the next 4 reps that join my team $350 of product for free to boost their business. Like, are you in? And just like ask them like, what do you need to know to be in or whatever? You know what I mean? Figure out what your verbiage is, but like, get that out there because you had so many people on the post in that group, and even if they weren't like ready to go right then, they might be in a minute, especially with this deal. And so my suggestion, like a lot of us talk on our messenger the most, you know what I mean? On Facebook Messenger and in your text messages, because we're all the iPhone like pretty birdies. If you go to like scroll up, you can go to where it says search, right? And if you'll search like the last message or maybe even the first couple messages from the DT convo, it'll bring up like everybody that you've sent those messages to, and then you can go in there and follow up with them the same way and be like, hey, I have to tell you this, message me back. And then when they message you back and they're like, what are you talking about? Just be like, listen, oh my gosh. Because getting that's like, it is like the Fit 15, yes, $99 at discount pricing, but $350 worth of stuff. Like the shake mix alone is $100 at retail price, and the shake mix is amazing. Like it's it's my
real
favorite.
Quick, re-explain the how to search a message in the messenger.
Like how, like what the search thing.
Yes.
Okay, so like when you lose your phone when you're trying to tell an example, you look silly. That's what I'm doing. I lost my phone somewhere. Okay, I had to put the computer on a pillow and my phone was underneath it. Okay, so like in the Messenger Nis, like at the, I don't know if you can even see it. Okay, maybe like at the very top it says search, right?
Mhm. Right.
So like I can go into the search button and type in the message that says the training has 3 steps or whatever, and I can search it, and it's going to give you an option that says search. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. It says like search messages, and you can
Oh.
just click that, and it'll bring up everybody that you've sent that to. Don't make it like too long, I guess, or it won't. Let me scroll back a little bit. Search messages.
Does that seem like I've tried to do that before, and it only searched the people's names, not information?
No, because I use it to search. Like I had this really good paragraph for like the Fit 5 and Fat Fighters, like to get people to buy them together. Because there's a lot of people that even though they'll say like I can't afford $99 to get the Fit 15, they'll pay $75 for the Fit 5 and the Fat
green.
Fighters.
Okay.
And you're like, well, what are you even doing with your life?
So real quick on that, because I had a guy message me. He's never reacted to any of my posts at all. And I haven't talked to him in probably 3 years. But he's apparently been watching what's been going on, because he said, I'm tired of the doctors experimenting with my medicine. Every time they take blood work, they want to change my diabetes medicine. I'm tired of feeling over 20 years older than what I already am. What's the 411? So I walked him all the way through it, and he said, hey, text me. I want to get off of Facebook. So I messaged him, and he kept messaging me back. And I got to the point of let me know when you get your confirmation. I have yet to get a notification that he was going to 100%, be a loyal customer, but he wanted to fit 30. So, I don't know. I guess I'll touch base with him tomorrow.
Yes.
So our stuff is not being missed. It's just they're scrolling by. Like, I may want that one day.
If he actually signed up, it should be in your email.
I
You'll
know,
get
but
an
I
email.
haven't gotten one yet.
Oh, okay.
And that happens with a lot of people, like people that message me the first time and then they're ready to go the first time. A lot of the times that happens. And you can just be funny with it, and you can send them, like maybe not with him. He might not be like so into it if he wasn't on the Facebook thing, but like I've been sending, I'll type in suspense and it'll bring up this GIF of Willy Wonka. And he's like eating candy, like waiting for this kid to get sucked into the chocolate thing or whatever. And he's like, the suspense is terrible or whatever. And I just send that to him. And then we all laugh about it and they respond. One chick said she does that like skeleton where it says like waiting on you to respond or something. And it's got like the like skeleton like waiting. I don't know, just be funny with it with some people. But yeah, with him, just you can ask him like, hey, did my website work for you or whatever?
Yeah, because he told me he was on my page. And so I told him to check his, get his flavors. And he's like, okay. And then I sent the next message. But I didn't recommend Fat Fighters because he's not regular.
Okay, yeah.
Is that good? Okay.
Yeah, so like what I was doing was with some of the people that were talking about the cleanse from Host to Post and stuff, just when they would get really into it and they'd start telling me like about their goals and stuff, I'd be like, hey girl, the cleanse is going to be great for you, but I have this other pack, like let me tell you this in case, or okay, so you can say it like, hey girl, the cleanse is going to be great for you, but have some other products that could work. Would you like to know what they are in case one sounds better to you than the cleanse?
Okay.
And so then, like, because if I know, like, yeah, the cleanse is great, you know what I mean? But if this person would slay it with, like, coffee or greens or whatever, then I'll send them that message that says, I'm going to give you 40% off. The ultimate pack for you would come with, since you'll do that, pack would come with whatever, and send them whichever, like, pack it is that's good for them or whatever. And then it's at the end, you know, it says, like, how much would you like to spend a month or something? Like, most of the time, they'll just tell me, like, how much they want to spend, and then I can work it out, or they'll tell me how much would it be for all of that. For a lot of people, whenever they just ask, like, how much would it be for all of that, I don't necessarily, like, if the carb blockers are in there, like, I don't necessarily include those or different things. Like, I just stick with, like, the Fit 15 mostly because it's such a good bundle. And I'll just say, like, I can get you a pack with blah, 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 and then just say it. I tell them, like, it basically covers 45 of your meals for the month, because if they will do, like, the shake with an avocado or something like that at lunchtime, then keto coffee for breakfast, that's 45 meals for their whole month, basically, you know what I mean? So I just tell them that straight up. And then most of the time they're like, oh, snap, because they realize what a good deal that is. And so they'll do it anyway. Even if they were, like, on the fence thinking, like, maybe I can only spend $50 a month or something, whenever they realize it's going to cover their meals, they'll bump it up.
I got you. That's good.
Okay. So back to this Fit 15 thing. So yeah, if you go to your Facebook Messenger, you can type in just the very first part of that message, or whatever you know that you've been telling people about it, like that last, like, whatever it is, search your messages for that, and then all these people's names will, like, come up that you've been talking to, you know what I mean, that you've sent that message to. And so some of these, it says, like, 4 matches, and that's because we've had the same conversation 4 times. So I've sent her that message that says, like, whatever, like, and it's because some of these people, like, I've been having the same conversations with them for multiple years. Like, they're going to sign up eventually because they keep asking me about it. They just don't have whatever it is, like, right then to be able to sign up. You know what I mean? So, like, especially with this Fit 15 thing, I'll just go back through and I'll message them all something, like, normally with the host to post, it's like, hey, quick question. So with this, it would be like, hey, I got to tell you something. Or, hey, like, whatever, you know what I mean? Just something short to get them to message you back. And if you'll just send out a bunch of those, like, send out 1 million of those messages to all those people, then don't respond to them for a minute. And then you can go back through and send them all that same next message that says, like, I know we talked about you joining my business because you needed extra money or because of whatever it was you talked to them about. Just like, I know we talked about you joining the business, and I just really needed to tell you that right now I can give you an extra $350 worth of products to help you get ahead and make a bunch of cash right up front, or to help you get a bunch of results really fast. Like, and just ask them, like, either, like, sound good? Are you in? Which would be better for you? Do you want results or cash? Like, whatever it is, just end it with a question. That way they have to respond to you again. And they might respond and say they're not interested, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Who really cares? Like, let them say they're not interested. But they have all week to watch your profile and see you having fun and talking about this free stuff, and then they're going to message you back. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is awesome. I was looking through my old phone. I found my, like, old iPhone, and I emailed myself a picture I had taken of, like, it was like a before wrap result picture or something. I didn't see it.
Oh, wow.
That's but yeah, that's the one I found on my old phone. And then this one too.
That's awesome.
So
It is.
like, look, like I'm just like I found those, and so you bet your like bottom I'm gonna be randomly showing those to people. You know what I mean? Because like, goodness, and the I've one corporate approved picture I'll have to go back and find that's like of the Fit 15 for 11 days or whatever. And I'll have to find that. But like, you can use results from the wraps or greens or the cleanse or anything like that to send with them. Like sometimes I send them like with those messages or whatever. And if you just you know what I mean, like if you just send it with or whatever, it can be any of those because all of those things come in the pack. And you can just sound like, this is what part of that pack did for me. And the cool part right now is that between the 4 wraps that come in the kit normally and the 2 wraps they get in the Fit 15, if they sell all of those wraps with those defining gels, they can sell those for $30 each. That's $180 in cash that they can get back immediately. Plus, they get to keep a month's worth of shake mix, a cleanse, a month's worth of greens. Like that's going to be plenty of results. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be huge. And then if they want to keep the wraps that are in the kit because they just made $130 instead or whatever, like that's cool. But they could also, you know, make that cash. So this like blows out excuses for people that were like waiting for money and different things like that. Like they didn't know if this was going to be a good investment, or people that were scared or whatever. Like just telling them about this is going to be a good chance for them to get out of their own way because they're immediately an extra $350 up. And at the end of the messages now, like I send that message that tells them what the training is. And then afterwards, I'll send them that message that says, but bonus, and then whatever the extra bonus kind of thing is. So like right now, it would say, but bonus, if we get you signed up right now, I get to send you an extra $350 of product for free. Or you can say, if you're talking about the product with them, after you're talking about the free product, then you can say, but bonus, I can help you get $1,000 bonus for going a $1,000 bonus just for completing the training this month. Because if the training is the steps to success, that's Ruby. If they go Ruby this month, they get $1,000 bonus. I mean, you know what I mean? If you guys like go like balls to the wall and you help 2 people do that, you're emerald, ba-boom. I know. Sorry, I'm like, yes. So it's a really good time. Honestly, I think this is almost better than that $500 shopping spree thing that they were doing too. Oh, I don't know if you remember that a while back, but it was like, get your first 4 customers, get a $500 shopping spree or whatever. This is way better. Fit 15, sign me up again. They didn't have any of that fun stuff when I signed up. I'm jealous all the time.
Well, Dominique must have signed up later, but I did sign up under the BBK was $10, $9.99.
Wait, what? No, I didn't. Mine was $99.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was right after that?
I guess. I don't know.
Well, after it was like, I think for a week it was $9.99, and then it went to $59.99. And then well, I signed up June 29th, 2017.
I was a top enroller that month, and the month after that too, for distributors and customers, because that stuff was epic.
Yeah, I didn't sign up till November.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and the reason I was talking about searching your messenger is because I don't know how how intense your hundreds lists are. If you have your hundreds list like at all, like any kind of hundreds list at all, list of names, you can go right through that baby and do the whole like, hey, I have to tell you something, message me back, or hey, whatever, like, you know what I mean? You can go through that whole hundreds list and do that to anybody that's been in the business or anybody that's been interested in
Ugh.
greens or wraps or the cleanse or the shake, like any of it. Okay, I have to tell you what I'm eating because this is crazy.
I was wondering what you were eating, but I didn't want to just put you on blast like that.
It's Oreo. Okay, it's Oreos, except it's not Oreos. It's almonds with a cream coating and an Oreo like crumb crust. Like
It looks good from what I can see.
It's
Where'd
crazy.
you get them?
Walmart, they hide them like in the salad section.
Really?
Yeah, there's vanilla, like vanilla wafer covered, banana flavored cream covered ones of these.
They can see
Hey.
Hello.
Okay.
It could be all night.
Okay, I'll call you later.
Perfect. Got me out for the last time they stayed.
Oh, Lacey, I do have a question. Okay, I will get like whenever I'm talking to somebody about like ordering the greens, for instance, I'll get like right there at the end of the conversation, like telling them how much it is, you know, for like the 90-day challenge or whatever. And they don't say no, but they don't say yes. So I'm like, okay, how do I guess like close that sale?
Are you sending?
Is it a
Are you
Huh?
sending them? You're sending them the message that says, so normally, so here's the deal. Normally for the month's worth, it's $65 retail, but you can get it for only $35 a month with the 90-day challenge, right?
I'm sending them that one, but it's 33. Well, the one I have, the one you sent me was 30.
33 is for the jar. 35 is for greens on the go. So
Okay, yeah.
Greens on the go for everybody. But like that message, okay. So like after that message, they say like okay or whatever. They're not saying yes. They're not saying no. They're saying what kind of the next.
They're not saying nothing. They just say, "Oh, okay."
Cool. So just
it's up.
Yeah, that's cool. So that means yes. So then like the next message is the one that says it's super simple. You just agree to do one treatment a month for 90 days or one box a month for 90 days or whatever. And I give you my discount and you give me an honest review. Sound good? Just make sure that you're ending it with that question or whatever. Sound good? And then most of the time they say yes. And then or they say okay or they say whatever. And then I say it's a simple online sign up. I said, it's a simple online sign up. Are you ready to sign up now? I can walk you through it. Or it's a simple online sign up. All you need is a card with the same billing address that you'd like the product shipped to. Are you ready to sign up now? I can walk you through it.
Yeah, I send them like all that, like absolutely all that. And then I have some that like once I get to as far as like the pricing part, it's like they get confused about it. So I'll explain it to them. And then they say, "Oh, okay." And I ask them, like, you know, does it sound good? And they just kind of like ghost me. So I'm like, okay. Did I say something wrong?
A lot of people are just going to stop messaging. And you can just message them back with like a question mark or a funny GIF or whatever. Or if you want to give them some time, you can wait. And then on the next Friday, you can send them a message that says like, hey girl, I've got a spot open for the discount pricing for my detox or for my hair growth. Would you be interested in either one? Or which one would you prefer? or whatever, you know what I mean? And then just offer them a chance to talk to you about it again.
Okay.
Because most people, here's the deal. And here's the math numbers, okay? Like 90% of people need to hear or talk to you 7 to 21 times before they're ready to sign up.
Okay.
7 to 21 times, okay? Only about 10% of people in our industry follow up after the first contact.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So if you want to bump it up and get to the next level, you got to figure out how to connect with people again. Like that first time is gold, you know what I mean? And with our conversations, with our conversations, there's way more than one time you can get them to sign up immediately. Like on that first combo, you're like, are you ready to sign up now? I can walk you through it. They're like, hell yes. And then they sign up. But sometimes they ghost you, sometimes whatever. You just follow up with them again. It don't even matter. If they don't want you to follow up with them, they're either going to block you or they're going to say like, hey, leave me alone. And you know what? Most of the time, they're really not going to do either of those things. They're just not going to respond to you. And then you can message them again and again and again and again. And then you can send them a gift that's like, or whatever, you know what I mean? Just something crazy. Because, or then you can ask them like if you offended them. And almost all the time when I ask somebody like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I realized you haven't responded to my past 17 messages. I hope I didn't offend you. And then they're like, no, oh my gosh, blah, 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 or whatever. We were at an event. I think Mindy was there. There was an event and Ashley Sinclair was talking about this one chick that she's had to follow up with over and over and over and over. And she finally sent her a message and was like, hey, I hope that you know that after contacting you 36 times, I haven't given up yet. I know you're going to be great on my team. I'm so excited about it. And then she even got us to make a little video for her that said, where everybody in the audience said say join the team or whatever it was. And I don't think none of us really know if she signed up yet or not, but at the same time it's Ashley even called herself out on it, you know what I mean? She's like, you haven't responded to me in 36,000 minutes, but I'm gonna be fine with it. You're gonna sign up with me in a minute. Because that's what it is, you know what I mean? You should be the last one because you was ghosting me too.
I know.
I know, but that didn't mean. But that's what I'm saying. It's you ghosted me too, and that didn't mean that you didn't want it and you weren't excited and you didn't think that this was awesome and you weren't going to sign up in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It just means that you ghosted me for a minute because you weren't ready. You just needed a couple more exposures.
I think I ghosted her for 3 or 4 years straight.
And then signed up with Haley.
I couldn't remember your name. I was like, dang, what was that one chick name? I couldn't remember for nothing. And then after I signed up under Haley, I seen I'm like, oh, it was Lacey. I couldn't remember.
Well, it's because you knew Haley. That's a different story. So that's one of the things that I watched today. I watched that Allie Frazier video that you posted, and
her whole YouTube
it was they want somebody that they can relate to. They want a friend that they can relate to. So
yes, and we're gonna, and we were talking about that on our last Zoom too. We were talking about how to caption the photos and stuff, and when we caption the photos like that, it's gonna let people get to know us. Allie Frazier talked about how her biggest thing, and one of the things that has made her most successful right now, is that she knows how to use Instagram stories and Facebook stories. And the what she's been doing on them, you can go follow her too. She leaves her stuff so we can follow her. She's got 4 accounts. She says do not do that until you're ready to manage 4 accounts.
Wow. I can barely manage one. I don't know.
Right. I was just thinking that.
Right. But she said the reason she can do it on the Facebook stories and the Instagram stories is because she treats them like Snapchat, and she just gets on there and she treats them like a vlog. like she just talks to whatever when she like is like videoing herself on these things. That's genius. Like, just go on there and just talk about nothing or everything or whatever and pretend people are there, they're not there or whatever. Like, even Skylar Lambert said she used to talk to herself on Facebook Live when it first started, and she'd say, like, oh, I have 2 spots left for whatever, message me if you want in, blah, 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 blah. And then she'd keep talking, and then, like, halfway through whatever, she'd be like, oh, someone just messaged me for one of my spots, only 1 spot left, and, like, nobody messaged her. And she'd just be, like, talking to herself, like, and so, like, stuff like that. But, like, on the Instagram stories and stuff, like, if just get on there and just be foolish, or just, like, for Mindy right now, it would be all about that pig, probably, because it's cute. And just fun stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard it yelling a while ago.
Oh my gosh, he was making her squeal. She does not like to be picked up, and I was so mad because I muted me over here, and I went in there. I'm like, "Would you just leave her out? Put her down." Oh,
okay, the
but yeah, she's just like a dog. We let her out of her cage every morning, and
I like it.
And she just walks around.
I like it. My mom wants a dog. I should probably just get her.
I have decided the last couple of days to share a couple of things about me. I don't know if y'all seen that, the I Get To, and then
I've seen that one about with the cake and everything.
Yeah. And then the one about the story of it's just a chapter. It's not the whole book. You know, I posted that today.
I didn't see them. I did see one. I think you put, if it was you or someone else, about those who criticize what you do are those who didn't have the courage to do what they wanted to, or something like that.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually grabbed that from Cammie Pentecost.
Yeah.
She had posted it, and it was like 3 minutes. And after she posted it, I was like, "Ooh, that sounds good."
Mhm.
I don't know if that's plagiarism or not, but you know, it works.
The little thing just popped up and told me that it's about to close us out. So do you guys want me to just like really fast go over like what the game plan should be, or do you want us to like log back on and just like we can log off and log back on right now and then go over it? But which one do you want to do? Do you want to do it really fast, like in like 1 minute, or do you want to like log out, log back on?
I mean, it don't matter to me.
That's fine. Yeah, we can log off and log back on.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna stop the recording